What's up, guys? My name's Niyashin. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm inside a 2010 Chevy Equinox. Here is the key to the Chevy Equinox. Pretty simple. Just flips right open. Stick your key in. And I love this. Just get a quick little turn and it's all on. Everything lights up. Man, I gotta tell you guys, I love this Chevy Equinox. The styling of it. The inside is just so gorgeous, so beautiful, so well designed. And the outside is super well designed too. I'm gonna tell you guys a giant secret. Equinox that you're seeing right here, right now, the motor is bad on it. That is right. I'm gonna tell you guys a story, and it's a super important story. You have to listen to everything that I'm saying right now because the motor on this Chevy Equinox is bad. We actually sold this vehicle, and this is a returned vehicle. So what I'm telling you guys right now, there's just so many questions with cars. Should I buy this car? How reliable is one of these cars? I'm gonna be as honest as I can with you with this vehicle right here, because I do not want to tell you what to do with your money. That's one thing that I do not do with anybody. I cannot tell you do not buy this car, because that's me interfering. Biggest decisions that you make in your life is the car. It's a big purchase, so I cannot tell you what to do. But personally, with my experience with these types of vehicles, whether it's the Chevy Equinox or the GMC Terrain, I would never buy one. I would never own one personally myself. I would not spend $1 on this kind of car because it's junk. Now, at the dealership, I do get a lot of these and I sell a lot of these because this is one of those vehicles that is a high risk, high reward vehicle for us. And these vehicles are about 50-50. That's as honest as I can get with you guys, because me buying this vehicle, I don't know if it's going to be a good vehicle or not. I'm 100% sure. So what I do is I shop by Carfax. This is a clean title vehicle, 2 owners, no accidents. The outside, I bought it just about without a scratch, you know? And look, it drives great. You can't tell anything. The transmission shifts perfect. The motor sounds decently healthy, like it has good power. But this car is consuming over 5 quarts of oil in under a month. Here's the entire story, which, you know, no one else is going to tell you a story like this. We sold this vehicle 3 weeks ago. I'm not even sure if she put 1,000 miles on it. We did the motor oil, we did the transmission oil, we put brand new tires on it, we did a full service and alignment done, we got it inspected by a certified mechanic, and then we did a smog. So, you know, smog in California, it can be a really big thing. They look at a lot of different things, but this vehicle supposedly was good to go, and we bought it at auction. We had it on our lot and we sold it for $8,000. Like I said, 3 weeks ago. We only had it on the lot for maybe a month, and it runs really, really well. We bought it on an online auction. So this is the scenario. Someone comes in, they want to buy it. We sell it to them. They paid $8,000 through a finance company, so they financed it. We sold it to them with no warranty, as is, basically, you know, because what happens is the finance company cashes us out, blah, blah, blah. She calls us, she tells us, hey, there's something wrong with the car, this, and that. She said she checked the oil and it had no oil. So we're like, okay, why don't you bring it to us? She brought it to us. We took it to the mechanic. The mechanic says this thing is burning oil like crazy. You know, it needs a new motor. So this car is very, very nice. But to me, it's kind of like, it's like on the cheap side. You can already hear there's already kind of like some kind of weird noise going on. I can hear it. I'm not sure if you guys can. There's no overheating, it's just consuming a lot of oil. So we took it to the mechanic. Mechanic says it needs a new motor. $25 to do the motor. Okay, that's not too bad. I remember we had to do the transmission on one of these, and it was another like $2,500 to $3,000. And then I remember we had to do some electrical stuff because the computers go out on them. The computer for the motor will go out. The computer for the transmission will go out. So this thing is not, I don't know if it's a lemon or not, but there is service bulletins. So after the mechanic told us that, then we started looking at other options. So we were looking at a used motor. The cheapest used motor I can find, they wanted $2,200, 85,000 miles. That's the best motor I could find at the best price with the lowest miles, but you still never know, it's used. And it's the same thing. You get the motor rebuilt, the mechanic's gonna charge me $25 to do it, so there's really not a whole lot of difference there. And The thing is, the mechanic does it, and then a couple months later it could possibly break for the same thing. Maybe if it did something wrong, something happened here, something happened there. And then what happens is you take the car back to the mechanic and he tells you, hey, whatever is going on now with the car, with the motor, is out of warranty, or it's something that I didn't do, something I didn't touch, so now you have to pay again to get it redone or get it fixed. And that totally sucks. That's why I hate this kind of stuff, and that's why I hate rebuilding it. And that's why we did not rebuild the motor. I'm literally driving it, this burning oil machine thing. And the thing about it is, like I was telling you guys, you just, with this kind of car, I don't really like to buy this car because you never know if the motor's gonna go out. You never know if the transmission's gonna go out. You never know if it's gonna have issues with the computers. You don't know. This car is just a giant no-no. It's a 50-50. Now I'm gonna show you guys a car that we sold already that turned out to be pretty good, because I'm telling you, this car is like a giant 50-50. But I have a really good transmission guy. So for example, if the transmission went out on this car, I would have probably paid and got the transmission rebuilt for this car right here, because I have a really good transmission guy. But this time it ended up being the motor that was bad, and I don't want to put a used motor in because this thing, like I said, can blow up at any time basically. And this one has 133,000 miles. Now let me tell you about the service bulletin. So the service bulletin for this car is 10 years old. If this vehicle is 10 years old and this vehicle has under 120,000 miles, they will fix this vehicle for free at the dealership if it's burning over 1 quart of oil for every 2,000 miles. Now this one's burning 5 quarts and probably under 500 miles. This thing is crazy, but driving it, you really can't tell. And that, my friends, is why you buy from a car dealership. Let me tell you the story now of what happened. So me and my parents, even though everyone hates us, we're a car dealership right now. We are, you know, it's summertime and we're under so much stress. I haven't been able to make a video and I'm sorry, but let me tell you guys that what happened here. She bought this car from us, no warranty, no nothing. And the biggest thing that we do at the dealership is help people. No matter what it is, even though we sell cars, even though we do mechanics, even though we're talking to all these mechanic guys, telling them this, this and that, working with people, working with them to work together. So she paid a lot of money for this car, finance company and stuff like that. So when this happened and we found out about this, of course we had like a meeting. We're like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And we told her what she wanted to do, and she wanted her money back so she can go and buy another car. And actually, she wanted to buy another car from us, you know, but because of prices going up so high, we couldn't sell her a car basically cash with the cash that she had. So we ended up giving her all her money back, even though she did not have warranty on the car, even though there was no cancellation, no nothing. We gave her all her money to go buy a car. And it was so funny because she what happened, we were doing remodeling on the office, so we give her cash, and she well, we had to write a check, you know, we didn't have the cash there, so we wrote her a check. She went to the bank and the bank did not accept the check, even though it was a, you know, not a personal check, a business check. And she calls and she's just like, this is so scandalous, you guys are totally scamming me. And we were like, oh no. And my dad, of course, was gone, so I had to help her out. And it was so funny. It's so awesome to hear people's stories. She was telling me a story. She's like, you're lucky this isn't 10 years ago, because if this would have happened to me and you would have sold me a bad car and you would have gave me a fake check, that's what she was saying, it was a fake check. And when it wasn't, it really wasn't. My dad just had to go with her for, I guess, that amount of money. But she was just saying, my brothers would have came up and ran up on you guys, you know, ran up on this dealership. All of us would have came and we would have got our money. And first of all, I understand that, because she was so angry and stressed out, and you know, she was, but it was just so cool. After a while, you know, we kind of calmed her down a little bit, because it's the same thing. She had a bunch of things to do, and you know, we're running a business, we have a bunch of things to do too. So it's just wild. If I can give you any advice when you get a bad car, is number one, you have to be very patient and you have to get a calm head, and you should always ask for your money back if you can get it back. And if you ask once and they say no, ask again. If they keep asking for your cash back. Number three, don't like be mad, don't be rude, don't scream, don't yell. And number four is, I guess the last thing you could do is basically try it and sue them. You know what I'm saying? And get your money back that way. But I will tell you this, if you were to try to sue us, then getting your cash back would be a lot more difficult. Instead, we, you know, after like 2 days, she got her cash back. We wrote her a check. Sometimes these vehicles are very, very, very hard to tell what's wrong with them, and that's why you buy from a dealership. You know, you guys can tell me whatever, say this or that. I've done plenty of bad deals. I've done a lot of good deals, but this is just basically the truth. You know, these Chevy Equinoxes are very, very difficult. I'm doing this video because someone asked me how good these were, and they asked me if I should personally, if they should buy it, and I just want to answer that question. I cannot tell you whether you can buy it or not, but I will tell you that I would personally never buy one of these. You get it with warranty, so the dealer can help you. But that's the whole thing. You look at my dealership, and we've been here for 15 years, and the #1 reason we're still here is because we help people. All right, guys, that's the video. It's a lot of information. If you got any questions, let me know. If you have a Chevy Equinox, let me know. Later.